All right, Shalom. First of all, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem,
Yahushai,
Ba'Hashem, Rachakodash. Of course, double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone as well. Peace and salutation, of course, to you, sincere Achim out there, of course, risking their lives and freedom, bringing this truth. And of course, being diligent to make your calling and election sure. All right, we're the brothers here from the Great Millstone Plain Tables Camp. I'm the brother Amachba, you got here.
The brother Yeshaya.
All right, coming again just to give you a wee brief testimony, which the Ach had shared a chalam, our dream, or machazah, our vision he had, and I felt that was definitely edifying to the Achim to hear it, to bring it out. So he's going to go into it.
Yeah, so I believe it was a couple of weeks ago, maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You know, time is flying by so fast, it's hard to keep track of the time. But it might have been on the Shabbat, I'm not exactly sure, but I was on my couch, you know, I was maybe reading the scriptures, and I took a little nap, and I had a dream, and in the dream we were in a building with a bunch of like random people that I didn't know, and it was like it was real bright in there or whatever. And in the dream, you know, I wasn't sure where we were at, so I'm thinking it's some sort of get together or gathering. You know, I didn't know, you know, what was really going on. And so in the dream, I decided to leave the building. So as I was leaving the building, you know, it was real dark outside, because in the building there wasn't any like windows or anything like that. So as I left the building, it was real dark outside, and there was like real bright lights, like real, you know, from light poles or whatever. And then there was a fence in front of me. And then, you know, the thought came in my head to climb the fence, and I started to climb the fence, and I went over the one fence, and I started walking down the path, and then there was another fence, but then this fence had a barbed wire on it, and it was like a real high, like tall fence or whatever. And then in my head, I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to climb the fence. And then just an idea came into my head, and I called on the name of Yahweh, and I did like one of these kind of things, you know, like, you know, the superhero movies, you know, when they get ready to fly, they do this. And I just started flying in the air. And then as I was in the air, there was you know, basically explosions going off in the air, and I was just flying through the air. And then as I was flying, I began to free fall, basically. So I was in the sky falling, and I just, you know, started praising the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. I said, Barak Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and then I just started to ascend again, and I just had this crazy joyous feeling in the dream. And then it was because it was like explosions going off, but I wasn't afraid or anything. And yeah, I was just sharing with the brother, and he decided, you know, it would be a good idea for me to, you know, bring it out, you know, bring that, you know, that testimony out. And after that, you know, after I started ascending, I woke up from the dream, and it was just a crazy, you know, crazy dream, crazy experience. And it felt so vivid, so real.
Yep. So I'm going to start real quick. Just a quick precept. There you go on yours.
Okay.
This is Acts chapter 2. And this is verse 17. And it says here, and it shall come to pass that, it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Lord, or said God the Most High, says power, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams.
And that's exactly the time we in. We in those end times, and you know, all different brothers are having those visions, those dreams, you know, giving a testimony of the end, you know, seeing different things, you know, certain signs of the end, and having, you know, visions of that, brothers having that spiritual power, you know, and seeing those different, you know, calamities, you know, different situations, you know, brothers are having those dreams.
And a lot of these different dreams there, like, you know, it's a definite vision and such, because they can line up in line with what is written in the scriptures. You know, so, you know, we definitely know that it's from Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. All right, which real quick, I'm gonna get. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, or Cuss actually. Get it real quick. I think it's like that. Yeah. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 34, and let me see. We get this is Ecclesiastes chapter 34 and 3. Point being around, I think it's around 6, 7. All right, so we'll start there. It says here, the vision of dreams is the resemblance of one thing to another, even as the likeness of a face to a face. Of an unclean thing, what can be cleansed? And from that thing which is false, what truth can come? Divinations and soothsayings and dreams are vain, and the heart fancieth as a woman's heart in travail. If they, this is the point here, 6. If they not be sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set not thy heart, meaning your mind, lab, upon them, right? Which the Ak, he had received a vision, all right, which it definitely came from the Most High, because things are in line. It's no folly dream, you know, it's in line with what is written in the scriptures, which for the most part speaks about the spiritual power being given to him. Yahweh Ratazah be part of the elect, all right, and him call upon the name, okay, all of the different things the elect are gonna do, okay. So it is, and him also is something in the remembrance of or resemblance of a concentration camp, okay. So these things all line in the scriptures, okay. So the important things when you have these different chalam or dreams, you have to make sure that they are they're sent from the Most High. All right, they of course in folly. Okay, so yeah, if they not be sent from the Most High in thy visitation, set thy heart upon them. So you know, obviously, if it's folly, don't worry about it. You know, because you have different dreams, and as it goes and tell you, like many dreams have deceived many. Right here, this is verse 7. It says, "For dreams have deceived many, and have failed that put their trust in them." Right, you know, and many people, you know, because they have seen a dream and it was just from Satan on the left hand side, they regarded it, and they make them do, of course, different things, which, you know, make them fall out, or all sorts of things, make you do all sorts of madness and such. But you know, I just wanted to bring that up now that I can go.
Khan, just to speak on what the brother was saying, you know, just because you have a vision that, you know, the Lord gave you the spiritual powers, that doesn't mean you get complacent and think, oh, I must be a member of the elect, so you just start doing whatever you want, thinking you gonna make it, thinking you already got that golden ticket. You're not supposed to get complacent. You're supposed to stay walking in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yep, that's right. Because remember, as it says in the book of Job, all right, the 5th chapter, they tell you that this is Job chapter 5, and I think it's 5. Yeah. All right, I think it might be 4 actually. So give me a wee moment.
I got a quick precept.
All right, go.
This is Job chapter 33, verse 14. It says, "For the Most High speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not." It says, "In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed." It says, "Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction." Yeah, so through the Spirit, you know, I believe that the Most High sent me that vision, you know, as a way of, you know, exhorting me of a way of, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just giving me, you know,
faith booster?
Just giving me a faith booster, like the actor said, you know, just increasing my faith, you know, so I can put my trust, you know, more in Him, you know, to that when those perilous times do come, that, you know, that I'm gonna be all right, you know, Abba Ratazah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, and that's what Akim had to set their heart on, you know, what is written in the scriptures, that, you know, the Lord is faithful and true. You know, He's going to actually care for His elect and make sure they're well protected. And, you know, the different calamities which we're going to have to face, we're going to have to go through in the times of Jacob's children. Yaquab Tazarah. All right, it's a time of stress and such. And men going to be weeping, and women going to be on the ground, and it's going to be a lot. It's death and slaughter here and such, you know. So you got to rely solely on Yahweh Shem Yahshai, as the scripture tells us in Isaiah 33 and 6. But, yeah, so I can get it.
This is Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure."
Right. So wisdom of knowledge is going to be the stability of that time. This is the Amawan, all right, the faith of the time. You know, so that's why you got to get all that wisdom with all that get understanding and such. You know, so when you have understanding, when you have these dreams and be able to differentiate or discern whether, of course, it's a righteous dream or nay, or whether to regard it or not. What is the purpose of what is it for?
Okay.
You know, it's to build me. You know, to build. You know, but not. All right, to build him up so that when he, you know, Lord, he could have seen the Lord send the vision, and then he actually go to that same experience, and he know what the day already do.
Okay.
Gone. Yep. And yeah, you can go.
I got Daniel. This is Daniel's 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people.
Right. So the Lord gonna have divine intervention was gonna happen in the times that are at hand, which is Yaakov Chazra, Jacob trouble. Read.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
Right. So you know we're pretty much in the early stages of it already, as you can see with the different prophecies which are occurring at the time. You have wars or rumors of wars. Okay. You have major sedition, uprising of the people against the government leaders and such. Okay. And you got, you know, different economies are failing and crashing. All right, we're right there at the door. All right, of this chip being made mandatory. Okay, so you know we're there. Okay, we just need, of course, more prophecy to occur, and we're gonna be right there to the second coming of Yahweh Shai. All right, come on.
It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. It says, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in a book.
Right. So, and that's of course written in scriptures, the Bachayarim, the election of the nation of Israel. They're written, you know, of course, in the scriptures, all right, written and predestined, all right, before the foundation of earth by Yahweh, all right, and given unto Yahweh Shai to be delivered, all right, you know. So, obviously, you're gonna have brothers that's gonna receive these visions, and it's going to build them up, all right, you know. Because, like I say, where it says in the scriptures, where people have no vision, the people perish. All right, so a brother receive a vision. All right, like I said, that'd be a faith booster onto him and such. You know, now he got a vision, he can visualize it even more than as we read the scriptures. You know, because he got in a different trance or vision and such. All right, come on. Yep. All right, so now we're going to go just more so into, you know, lining up some of the different things that he had in his vision, all right, which line up with the scripture, okay, so he can go in chronological order. About, you know, you call upon the name, you start with that,
Okay.
all right. You know that in the scriptures it tell us that the name of the Lord is a strong tower,
Okay.
and the righteous, of course, run up in it and are safe, okay. And that's where our safety is within calling upon the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bashir, Chakadash, in humility, okay? So, you got it. And then we're going to go to Joshua, I think it's like 24th chapter. Okay. You getting a preset?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's something
Okay,
different than the one.
Yep.
I wasn't exactly sure what
Alright, so I'm going to get, that's Psalms chapter...
Want me to read mine first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2, verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Right.
God, and that's exactly what we got to do in these present day, you know, every day. You know, me and the Ak was doing a video just yesterday, just talking about the importance of honoring and glorifying the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you know, constantly, daily.
Yep. Yeah, continually, man. You know, that's very important, you know, because we want to do what's pleasing in his sight, all right? Because remember, as we go into, you know, we are like unto a woman, so we want to please, of course, the man, the king, Hamalak, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Come on.
Says, this verse 11 says, for Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction.
Mm-hmm.
God, in the time, And like we read in Daniel, it says a time as there never been. A time, such a, perilous time as there never been. It's gonna be the worst time that there's ever been on the planet Earth.
God.
But it says the Most High saveth in the time of affliction. That's why we gotta have that faith that when that time does come, we don't have to rely upon our own strength, upon our own abilities.
God.
We just rely on we just rely on Yahweh Shem Shai, because in 1 Samuel 2:9 says, by strength shall no man prevail. So you're not gonna prevail by your own strength.
Right. Yeah, and it tell you it's another scripture about obviously the different things that's gonna come against us. It says no weapon, right?
Okay.
This is the book of Isaiah. Yeshaya has a part of the book of Isaiah, chapters 54 and 17. It reads, it says, no weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants, right? Which is we are servants of Yahweh, okay? And their righteousness is of me, said Yahweh. So all of our righteousness, all right, is of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's nay on our own, okay?
Yeah, and it says, no weapon that is formed against you, you shall prosper. Now, if you do the research, I remember the Apostle Gabar, I believe, was going into Esau's, different weaponry, these different, devices of destroying people, and they got the they got all types of
robots,
torture methods,
Yeah, oh yeah, they got all the different guillotines and all. They got Gina Haspel. She's I believe she's what's she was in the CIA or something. I forget her actual title. Gina, let me get her real quick. But yeah, they got all the different things to torture the elect and such, and to get them to denounce their faith and such, or our faith. We put on as the hopeful elect. So regardless of what they have, remember we have to strive unto the truth, unto death. All right, and the Lord, He wouldn't give anything. He doesn't put anything more upon us than what we can bear. Okay, so the Lord, of course, He instilled within us that for us to be able to withstand all the different wiles and fiery darts of the devil. All right. Okay, so the lady, the chick I was mentioning, Gina. All right, I'm just gonna mention her, Gina Haspel, and her title is she's the CIA director. Okay, and when you go into her, she's a torturer. She was hired to be a torturer. She has when you go into her her background and such, she got all different type of water torture, waterboarding and all the different things. Okay, that they're gonna be bringing that back, obviously, to try to get the elect to take the chip and different other things. All right.